Hi, welcome to Janet's DIY Life. My name is Janet. Today we're going to do a little something different compared to what I have previously put out on YouTube. So today I decided that I would do what's for dinner video. And I am cooking for me and my parents, and I'll take theirs over to them as soon as I finish cooking. Anyway, so I wanted to bring you along and show you the process of preparing different meals. So this is the first installment of hopefully a long series. And I would love to answer any questions that you all have. What is my experiences for cooking? I raised a big family, and I have been cooking since I was 8 years old. So life experience. I didn't take anything in school other than in high school. Did some home economics classes, but that was just kind of a required thing back then, early 80s. So anyway, let's get on with this. Tonight, we're going to make some catfish, and unfortunately I don't have fresh, so it's frozen, and it's going to be battered, buttermilked, and then battered, and then fried. I would like to do it 3 different ways because I know everybody has different requirements as far as how their food is prepared. So I'm going to do some in the air fryer, which is right there. That's the air fryer right there. I will also be using the cast iron skillet, which is right there, and frying it. And then I also have a fry daddy that I could use. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it out yet or not, but I am going to go ahead and get started with the preparation of batter and getting it ready to go. Also going to do my kids' favorite ranch potatoes, and I will show you how to do that. So let me get this hair put up, get the camera set up over the counter so you can see what I'm doing and not, and then we'll get started with this, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. All right, I've already washed the potatoes. So these are the Yukon Golds. There's not my knife on, my towel on the floor. And this is just how I cut them up. And I'm sorry if I hit the camera. It's like right here. We're fighting for space right now. But this I just find is the easiest way for me to cut up potatoes. And I leave the skin on. Like I said, I've already washed them. Whoops. And then I just chop them up like this. Makes it quick and easy. I have a baking pan ready. I have sprayed it already with some butter cooking spray. And I'm going to throw these in there and use some ranch dressing, which is like, this was something that I came up with a long time ago. And my kids, it's always been their favorite. And it's really super easy. I think I had found a recipe at one time that used an Italian dressing and baking the potatoes in an Italian dressing. But my kids have, their favorite has always been ranch dressing. So I tried it out with the ranch, with some salt and pepper, and yeah, they really liked it. So and it's easy because you see, you just cut up some potatoes and throw them in a pan. Now, I'm sure you could fry these like this, but I don't know about the ranch. Or you could boil them first if you wanted. Here, let's go ahead and let me put these, go ahead and put them in this pan so that I have room on my board. And I know that this is not supposed to be an actual cutting board, but I use it as such because I can, because it's mine, and I know it's supposed to be, what is it, a charcuterie board or whatever for cheese and wine and blah blah blah, whatever, meats and stuff like that. Well, when I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a cutting board of my size. What I need. I actually would like to make a cutting board, like a bigger, wider cutting board, because I could definitely, yeah, let's cut that bad spot out. I could definitely use it. And I will get that out of my sink. So in this kitchen, I guess if you don't know, this was my grandparents' home, and they put this place here back in the 80s, early 80s. And my grandmother passed away not quite 20 years ago from cancer. My grandfather lived here until he passed away. He passed away, it's been 2 years now. It was right after Christmas 2 years ago that he passed away. I was living in Tennessee with my kids. Well, I have a daughter that is, well, she's almost 20 now, but anyway, she was fixing to turn 18. And my mother lives down here in Florida, if I didn't say that already. Let's see. I like to cut these just a little bit smaller so that they cook evenly. But anyway, so I moved down here. Oh, we're going to feed the floor tonight too. To help my mom. And to, well, because I absolutely love Florida. That was my last child to leave home. She didn't really leave home. I left her. Actually, this is a bit more than what I would normally put in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another pan because I like it to have some room to spread out. And as I was talking, I wasn't paying a bit of attention as to how much potatoes I sat there and cut up. This is a lot, and this is a problem that I have, and I know this, and I struggle with this all the time, that I am not cooking for a big family anymore. And it's hard if you've went from cooking for a bunch of people down to just cooking for yourself. It's a struggle. You know, I've been doing this now for 2 years, but I still cannot get it straight in my head that I don't need to cook this much. There's really no reason for me to cook that much. So let me grab out me get this pan. Let's see how this one does. This should be a little bit better and give it some more room. This is really like a cake pan, but I use it for baking stuff too. All right, that looks better. That's not as much everything on top of each other and thick, and it would take forever to cook. It doesn't really take that long. I've got my oven preheating. Oh, let me get the pan out of there and stick a pan in there and I forget. Hot pan on the stove. Okay. All right, so now at this point, what I do is I'm going to season it with some salt and pepper. I know what you're thinking. That's a crazy amount of salt. It's a crazy amount of potatoes. I think I'm about out of pepper. I love pepper. I know my shaker is empty. And I grabbed this and it's not, oh, there we go. It's coming out now. Okay. Now, so, and you'll notice with my cooking that I tend to not measure. It's because I've been doing it for so long that I just know about looking most of the time. Some things, like exact ingredients, yeah, I'll measure. All right, what I'm doing now is I'm opening this ginormous jar of ranch dressing. And when you see it, you're going to be like, why does she have this ginormous jar of ranch dressing? Yeah, I split it with my parents. And as this cooks, it's just going to look like a butter sauce when the ranch dressing cooks down. That's probably more than enough. I'm just generous with it. You can adjust this too. However your heart desire. And just toss it up. I was very, very generous with the ranch. But something, I want to put more pepper on it so bad. And you can put in like a pinch or two of some cayenne pepper if you like it a little spicy. And another thing you can do is if you really like spicy foods, you can, oh, there goes my Alexa. She's telling me the weather for tomorrow. Sorry. Anyway, if you like spicy, you could definitely throw in like your favorite hot sauce. My favorite is Texas Pete. Oh, how perfect. The oven is preheated now. Okay. Last but not least, I will take and use what I always use, my go-to butter. And you can use unsalted butter, for sure. This is what I have, so this is what I use. And mine is frozen. Normally, I have butter in this little container here. And yeah, this is frozen. Yeah, that bites. I don't think I've got, yeah, I've just got a smidgen of butter in there. Well, that's noisy, isn't it? Okay. So you just take and sprinkle you some butter on top. All right. And you can use margarine if that's what you prefer. I just don't like ingredients that are in margarine. Okay, so now, just like this, don't have to cover it or anything. And we're going to throw it in the oven and then get started on our catfish. And I can't move the camera, or I'm going to hit the camera actually. But I'm throwing it in the oven. All right. There that is. Okay, now. Oops, sorry. All right, what I like to use, because I like the flavor, is buttermilk. And so I will put some buttermilk in this bowl. And this one is Bulgarian style buttermilk. I love buttermilk. And so also within that, I will add to the buttermilk a little bit of Texas Pete hot sauce. Not much different than, sorry, I didn't mean to yell. Not much different than actually adding, pepper or cayenne pepper, whatever. It gives a little bit of spice into your, a little bit of seasoning in the buttermilk as well. And give this a little stir. Mix it up here really good. Okay. Now, for the batter, I like to use some cornmeal. And yep, I'm just pouring it in there. And some all-purpose flour. yeah, I took a shower and I've washed my hands. So yeah, my hands are clean. I've washed my hands several times here in the past few minutes. Okay, oh, sorry. That was my head. My head hit the camera. Some pepper. And let's throw in some salt. I like my salt well. This is going to be fairly easy. So at this point, what I need to do is I need to get my basket for the air fryer. And get rid of this here. Put this buttermilk up for now. I think I can put the ranch away too. Now, so back to my story about the house, my grandparents. So my grandfather passed away. I moved down here, and so my mom lives about 10 minutes away from here. And this is frozen catfish. Yeah, let's do it like this. I'm also going to fry some. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down in the buttermilk. Oh, wow. I didn't know that they were this big. I'm used to catfish being smaller. Of course, that's stuff that we catch too. Anyway, this house really hasn't been updated in, well, since it was put here. My grandparents bought the house and put it here in the 80s. My grandfather did work on the house over the years. And he did, different improvements and adjustments. And he added on the back room, the screen, not screen room, Lord have mercy. It's at the laundry room. It's where the freezers are. But since I've been here, I have found termite damage, which I guess he knew years ago that he had termites because he had people coming out spraying for termites. There's that potato I dropped on the floor. I better get it. So there, which had the floor fixed in the that was in the bedroom. Oh my gosh! Boom! Let me stop you from jumping all over the place. Yeah, I did that, didn't I? Yeah, a lot of people will take and cover it twice. I'm not going to do that. Like they will put it in your egg wash or your buttermilk, whatever it is you're using, and then put it in your meal, and then put it back in there and then back in here. That tends to make it really a thick coating, I don't think I need to do that, as this is looking pretty thick. And I'm going to set it there. This is the bunch that I'm going to do in the air fryer. And then I'm going to do some in my skillet too. I was going to do some in the Fry Daddy. Oh, wait a minute now. Somebody tell me. That's all one piece, right? Yeah, that's all one piece. I was going to deep fry it, but honestly, the skillet and I know that you get a little bit different results. The Fry Daddy's quicker, but I'm going to use the skillet, which I need to get it going, get it heated up, get the roll in it, and get it heating up. But anyway, so there's some stuff that needs to be fixed. I have had to do the bedroom floor from the where it had termite damage, and that was several of the floor joists that had to be replaced. The back over the winter, I was going to fix some places I thought were bad out on this addition that my grandfather put on, that is like the laundry room. And I found, oh, let's do some of my canned corn. I canned some corn. Or I could just do corn on the cob. My dad would probably like that. But anyway, I was going to fix it up and do some painting and get my, turn that back room out there where the washer and dryer and the freezers are. I was going to turn that into a plant room, which right now that's where my plants are. I haven't taken them outside yet, which it's time. I think it is. I don't know. Miss Ruth was telling me that that we're supposed to have another cold spell, maybe, which is I hope not, because I don't like the cold. Like this cold has been bothering me a lot, so I'm ready for it to be warm. And I know it's still February, but here in Florida, February is when you start thinking about doing your planting. And that's another story. But anyway, on this channel, I plan on sharing the repairs that are and the updates that I'm going to do here. This kitchen is definitely going to be one that I do. That's my plan. I'm going to do an epoxy over top of these counters. It may not be over top of these counters because I noticed that this one is bowed and it goes down this way. But I can't replace the cabinets. That's just not realistic for me. It'd be expensive for one. I threw it on the counter. Did you see that? Anyway, my plan is to paint the cabinets, change the hardware, and then I want to do an epoxy pour over top of the countertops. And this one I may have to just use, get some sheets of MDF and put down here, instead of doing on top of the counters. If I do the counters, I'll show the process of what I'll have to do for the countertops. How to get them prepared, and sanding and that whole process. I fully intend on sharing all of that with everybody, but not like live, like I'm doing like here with I know this is not a live, but what I meant is all in one clip like this. It will be a process, and it won't be waiting. It won't be all shown in one video. Like it will be definitely be a process, as realistic as it is, and real as it is. It'll be done in segments, I guess is what you could call it. I also have gardening. I'm in the process of repairing or trying to get the Manis tiller that my grandfather had. I'm trying to get it running. I had it running last year, and I replaced the carburetor on it, and now it doesn't want to start, so I'm thinking it's the starter coil, which I don't do engines, don't know engines, don't know how to mess with all of that, so I'm gonna wash my hands off. I have to learn whatever it is that I do. The problem is that the spark plug thing, the coil, yeah, isn't that what it's called? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I can't find it for this tiller. That was because when I lived here before, back in, I left like I want to say 2007. All right, I'm looking at the air fryer right now. I'm sorry. So I'm going to set the air fryer at 400 degrees. And I'm not really sure about the temperature. I'm going to have to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to set this at, start out 400 degrees at 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and let it start preheating up. Okay, so this is ready for big, thick slices, ready to go into the air fryer once that is heated up. So I'm going to set this over here and then work on the ones and make sure we got plenty to do in the fire. So yeah, that's about 4 and 4. And I know it seems like a lot, but my stepdad, oh, that man can eat. He can put some food away. Plus, you know, if there's anything left over, then, you know, my mother can have it the next day or the whatever. You know, they have something that they can have to eat later. I've got to get busy doing some meal prep for them so that they have it just to pull out and eat. So anyway, I plan on showing the things that that I'm going to be doing. I have a whole bedroom in there that I'm actually, I have the master bathroom already tore out and starting to not, I don't have the shower tore out, but I do have the rest of it tore out. I put down a peel and stick floor because there's not going to be a lot of traffic in that bathroom. It's just for me. So I did a peel and stick, and I will show that too on this channel. The process of finishing that bathroom. I'm going to set it in this container right here until I'm ready to put them all in there in the skillet to fry them. The oil is heating up now. This totally could be 2 pieces, but it's one. It's 1 piece. It's frozen though. Let's get it covered in buttermilk. So I'm going to be showing the process of all of that I'm doing. And I know not everybody's going to want to see every one of my videos. You know, I started with, you know, doing Temu hauls, but that's because I use them. I also set up and resell stuff. I make stuff to sell. So that's where I started in with getting stuff like from Temu, because I was comparing it, you know, the products that the molds that I used, I was comparing the prices, and Temu was like half the price. So, I mean, it just did not make sense to pay. Sorry, I know I keep hitting it and you get a wobble. But it just didn't make sense to pay double the price when I could get it so much cheaper. And that allows me to be able to get more of the molds. Let me check this air fryer. Okay, it's not quite ready. It is preheating. So that's how I started off with the team hauls. And I wanted to share, you know, I still have more of the hauls. I've got a couple of bags in there. I've got more stuff coming because I do resell. And so I've got to get those videos recorded. But I was out today, and I think I didn't finish this. I was out trying to get the tiller working. And that's the same tiller that I used when I lived here before, back in, well, I left and went to Tennessee. We all left and went to Tennessee back in 2007, 2008, somewhere around in there. And that's where all of my children are. I have a son that is, he's in Virginia, and he's a nurse. He's a registered nurse, and so he works a lot. He has 3 children, 3 or 5 children now. Then there is my daughter. She is also a registered nurse, and she's in Tennessee, and she just had a baby back in October. Beautiful little baby. Oh my goodness. It's been a little bit since we'd had a baby girl. And then I've got Jeremy. Oh, sorry, a son. I am so sorry. If you're watching, if he happens to see this, I didn't say his name. Anyway, I have a son that he has 2 boys. And then there's my daughter that is going to be 20. And then my other son, which you will see videos on my channel here of him singing Johnny Cash. That's my son, Zach, and we lost him back in 2018. So that's why I kept those videos up there, because, well, that's my boy. And he was 15. But anyway, so they're all up in Tennessee. Well, let's see, how do we do? Oh, that's the end of that bag. Look, I didn't do too bad. I got a little bit left over. I could throw them in together and make some hush puppies with them, and I might do that. Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and throw these. Let me pause this camera so I can reposition the camera so that you can see what's going on, and then we'll get to frying. Hey, we are back. See, we're recording. Yes, we are. I had to keep the ring camera, the ring light, and my phone kind of away from this because it's been popping. I'm hoping I got room in there for this other big piece. I'm just kind of putting a little bit more breading on it I tend to do that before I throw it in there. I'm thinking I might cut up an onion and maybe get an egg and make some hush puppies to go with this. Ooh, there we go. Just be careful. One reason to use a fry daddy because it's all encased in a container or a fryer, whichever you have. And then, you know, of course, you got the air fryer too. That's scissors. I wonder where my tongs are. That's weird. I know I have these big ones. Are you watching that for me? As I'm moving stuff around here. I don't know. This was already something that was already here. Okay, that's not the first one that I put in. The first one I put in is this one over right here, I think. This one. So, oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely needed to be flipped. Don't look at that mess I just made. Now, I'm not perfect by no means. And I make mistakes and I make screw ups, but you know, I try my best. That's all we can do is try our best. Since that one's so thick, I'm going to let it cook there on that side for a couple minutes more. So, on the videos that I'm going to do, one of the things, I would like to make it more interactive. So, with different polls and stuff like that. But as far as design goes, too, I would really like to make it way more interactive with my audience. I definitely want to know if there are some things that you want to see. Then you do, you know, please let me know. Leave them in the comments, or you know, I've got my email in the description box. I have my email. You feel free. You can email me. I will do my best to get back to everybody. I know as the channel grows and stuff, it may get difficult. I don't know how some people do it. Thousands and thousands of subscribers, and you got to have somebody handling that email for them. I don't know, but right now I'm over here chopping up an onion, and I know you can hear it, but you can't see it. You're looking at my fish. I need you to keep an eye on that fish for me really good, though. Don't let it burn. So, what is your favorite meal? Or what is your favorite meal that you like to cook? Or what is your favorite meal that you like to have made for you? If you don't cook, you absolutely can. Anybody can cook. I had my grandbabies cooking early. I'm telling them, if you want to learn how to cook, you absolutely can. There are so many videos out there, and it's I think to me it's easy to do. I've done it my whole life though, but I'm telling you, anyone can learn to cook. If you're watching my fish, don't let it burn. Let's flip that piece of fish now. There we go. Check on the air fryer and see how it's doing. Oh, it's definitely going to take more than the 12, 13 minutes that was left on it when I came over here. Let's increase the time. There we go. So as I said, I am just chopping up an onion. And if I had this camera to where I could just move it easily, I would definitely turn it and show you. I'm not the best at chopping, but you know, I do all right. I get the job done. But yeah, I would like to know what some people's, you know, what y'all's favorite meals are. You know, is there a food that you want to know how to make it? Let me know. I'll see if it's something that I know how to make. And if I don't, I can, you know, I can learn how to make it. I create meals. Like, I didn't even look any of this up. None. I don't look it up. I just figure it out. I just do it. That's why I'm not giving you specific ingredients. But it's all adaptable. It's all stuff that you can adapt and do. It's all stuff that you can change and make it your own. I'm gonna pour this in here. This is the pan that I use to put the catfish in after I battered it for the to fry it. I just dumped what was in it into the breading bowl. Hang on. Yep. So I rinsed it out, got all the goo out of it, and now I'm just going to dry it, put paper towel in it, and get it ready for this. And then I'm going to work on throwing together some hush puppies, because that just sounds like that would be perfect to use the rest of that cornmeal up. Put that back there. Yeah, we can use... Oh, I gotta get some paper towels. But yeah, we can use the rest of that cornmeal up. I had to come and get paper towels, guys. Sorry. I know this sounds really weird, me walking around my house. Hopefully that picked it up. Yep, I'll have to move you because I gotta check on the, potatoes are cooking nice. And they're down here. I don't know if you can see in there. Oh yeah, see they're browning. Those are looking just about finished. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spin them around a little bit. But those are looking about done. How do you like that? Let's layer some paper towels in here to absorb the grease. I honestly, had I known that they were this thick of pieces, I probably would have thawed them out and took the thicker ones and sliced them in half because like this could have been 2 pieces of fish. This could have been 2 pieces of fish. I can definitely get 6 pieces of fish. I know one thing, I'm starving. And it's already 7 o'clock. Phew, my mama's going to be like, we already ate. It's okay. If they don't eat it tonight, they can eat it tomorrow. They will, trust me, they will eat it. They're not able to cook big meals like they used to. So I try to get them different foods, different things. I took over, what did I take over last? I took over bean soup last. I had a bunch of dried beans, different kinds that I threw into an Instapot and cooked it up. Made a huge pot. I actually still have some in my refrigerator. But I had that and cornbread. Love cornbread. Oh, speaking of, gotta grab an egg. Because I said I was going to take and make that into my Hutch puppy. So I'm definitely going to need an egg. I don't know. Can you see over here? We'll get. There we go. I put the onion in the. I chopped up an onion and put it in the cornmeal. Just go ahead, onion in your hush puppies. So that was the leftover cornmeal, onion, egg, the leftover buttermilk. Probably gonna have to get. Oh, let's use some water. Get the sides of this. Clean up any buttermilk or cornmeal that's left in that bowl. Alright, I think some of that fish is ready to come out of there. Pour that water in there and let that set for a second while I take out the pieces of the fish. I think they are ready. Gonna set them over here. Any kind of meat that you cook, you should always let it rest. I'm gonna get a fork and check that and make sure that it's done all the way through. Fish should be flaky. And I don't think that this one is done. No, it is not done. So I am going to reduce the heat. Just flip that over. I think it's this side that didn't get done all the way. I'm pretty sure this one's good. Now this one, not so much sure about that. With your fish, like I said, it should be flaky. It shouldn't be mushy or soft. It should be flaky. And then I'll show you what I'm talking about. I just cut this. Check it. And here we go. See the flaky pieces? Like it should come off in little straight line pieces. Ow. That is flaky. Like all these should just flake apart. And that catfish is done. Okay. Probably added a little bit too much water, but that's okay because I can always add to it. And cornmeal kind of will thicken up as it sits, but we want to get all these ingredients incorporated together really, really well. You know, the egg, normally I do my milk and oil and all of that. I do my liquid ingredients first and mix them together, but since this was leftovers from making the catfish, I couldn't. I mean, I guess I could have, but I did not. So you want to incorporate it really good, get it mixed up, and make sure that egg gets throughout the whole thing. And as you see the bubbles coming up, that's the cornmeal will thicken that up. Okay, the air fryer has stopped, so I need to flip those over and restart it because it is, hang on, let me stop this and I will take you down and show you. Okay, don't look at my dirty, messy air fryer, y'all. Okay, this is what we got with the air fryer. Probably should have taken that shelf out. Is that how that's done? Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some butter spray on these maybe. Because they look, I don't know. I mean, it is an air fryer, right? Oh, no. Okay, let me get a pot holder. Okay, let's just say I am not a fan of the air fryer. It is a mess. And I sprayed it down really, really good before I put anything in there. So I don't even know. Not a fan of the air fryer. It didn't do well. So hopefully I can salvage it enough to eat though. Because that's going to cut me down to 4 pieces of fish. I mean, it's still enough to feed us, but okay. All right, let's test one. I don't know how this is going to do, y'all. I honestly think it needs to be thicker. It's going to look like funnel cakes. Do it like that. Huh? It's going to be like a funnel cake. I don't know. It's not too bad, though. It is puffing up there really good. Let's get a little thicker so that it can be like a hush puppy. corn cake. I think what I'm going to do, after I show you how to do a couple of these, I'm going to pause it until I can get it done, and then I'll show you. Look at there. That one's okay. Just not really fat, like a big old hush puppy. We'll see how this one does. I'll put a little bit more cornmeal in there. Don't be afraid to experiment with things either, guys. I mean, come on. It's going to be more like corn cakes, fried cakes, but that's okay. These are our funny shaped hush puppies. That's what it is. But you know what? I bet they're going to be good. I bet you they're going to be fine. I'm going to get this one. Yep, that one is ready to come out. And now we have room for another one. And we throw it over there. I don't have deep enough, hot enough oil for them to be the round balls like hush puppies are. If you don't know what hush puppies are, that's what they look like. It's like a round ball. These are more like a fried cake. They're gonna be good though. And still gonna be golden brown like a hush puppy is. I think it's gonna have that texture like hush puppies do because of the flour that we used in with it. It's gonna give it more of that. It's still got the cornmeal, but it's gonna give it that texture. So what I'm going to do is, I showed you this. Let me put you on hold, on pause. Let me get these done, and then I'll come back and show you what I've got before I have to take it over and get this food over to my parents. So I'll be back. Okay, real quick, I forgot to show you how the potatoes are looking. Can you see that? Let me see. Oh yeah, look at there. What do you think of those? Those are looking fine. What did I do with that spatula? Oh, it's right there. Yes, sir, Bob. Look at that. I'm just going to stir them up a little bit. Put them back in. That way that they can continue to brown a little bit. Now, I set this oven at 400 degrees. And I just keep checking on them. I mean, we can look at the video time. You were there with me when I put them in. I just know to keep checking them. So let's close that up and I'll be back. Okay, here is plate for my stepdad, plate for my mother, and then I've got them some of the hush puppies that I made that I'm going to take to them because I know that they'll snack on those too. But this is the ranch potatoes. This is how they came out. Yes, my hands are clean, but they came out. They're pretty. They turn out good. This is the fish, and I don't want to mess it up. But that one you can kind of see inside a little bit. He eats a lot, so I gotta take him 2 pieces at least. He'll probably ask for more, but that's his potatoes. So now I'll close this up, take some corn, and run it over there. I just talked to my mama, and she said that he has gone to his friends for the evening, like a teenager. But he didn't tell me about that, so I'm a little upset that he didn't tell me that he wasn't going to be home for the evening, because then I know to watch after, you know, for my mom a little bit more closer. Anyway, y'all, let me keep watching my video. No, I don't have my ring light on me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you more than you know. This was a long video, and I promise you I'm going to do my best to get better at the recording, do better at the editing, do better about getting it, you know, uploaded on a time. I'm learning, so you have to give me a little leeway, please. They're going to get better. The videos, they always have, you know, everybody starts out like this if they've not done it before. So, thank you again for being here. If you have any questions about anything I did I miss something? Did I not tell you about something? Let me know. I want to address all of it. You know, I need to know. I can only get better when I know what I did that I messed up. So, feel free, but be nice. Be nice. Thank you all. Everybody have an absolute fabulous evening. And I love you guys. Good night.